Hello everyone, welcome back to G&J Exploring. In today's video we cover part 2 of our trip to Norfolk, which is shown in red on the map here. We start off with a trip to the Hillside Shire Horse Sanctuary to have a look at some horses and assorted other farmyard animals, before heading to Cromer, exploring its charity shops, looking at its pier and getting a very nice picture of an aircraft carrier from one of the antique shops. We then head to Felbrigg Halls and Gardens to make some more use of our National Trust Pass, and then head back to Clay Next for Sea where we're staying and do a bit of droning around and a little bit of drinking. The following day I head to Muckleburgh Military Collection and have a look at some tanks, while Juliet heads to Wells Next for Sea and spends a bit of time wandering through its nature reserve. We then meet back up and go to Morston to have a look at the coast, before heading back to Clay Next to Sea and spending some time looking around the area. Thank you for watching, and we hope you enjoy the video. It's a new day, and today we are at the Hillside Shire Horse Sanctuary, which is a sanctuary for Shire horses here in the north of Norfolk. And there are some horses in front of us, along with some cows, which not sure what they're doing there. But there we go, we're going to be having a wander around here, and I expect we'll be able to feed some horses, which is the main reason we're here.
Quite a nice exhibit in this little shed. All the things the Shire horses used to pull. Very pleasant little place this. We've lost George to the bookshop.
So we've left the horse area for the time being, and now we are in the pig area. Big pig there, quite a few big pigs over here, and there's all sorts of animals around here. So I think along with Shire horses, they also rescue animals generally. So there's sheep and ducks and goats and all sorts of things. And it is very pleasant wandering around, and given it's free, like a donation, but it is free, it's well worth doing. So we are now here in Cromer, which is a delightful little seaside town. Really nice, not too derelict, lots of shops still. And we're just having a wander around, looking at some shops, and we'll be heading down to the coast in a moment to have a look at the sea. So after looking through more charity shops than I care to mention, we're now down at Cromer's Pier, which apparently won Pier of the Year in 2024. Oh, we do this wonderful coastline all around us. Most of the coast we've seen so far has been pebbles, so it's good to see some sand. And if I just drop my coffee off on here, because the coffee is very hot, too hot for me to handle right now. I spin around here and get a nice view across the pier, and we've got the coast all around us. We have reached the end of the pier, and at the end of the pier there is a lifeboat station, and in front of us we have the lifeboat here, and this is a Tamar class lifeboat. Saved quite a few people looking at the signs. There we go, long way down, and we'll do another video outside looking at the view. And here we are outside the lifeboat centre, which is just behind me, and as you may notice, the clouds have come in. You can barely see anything now. But we're going to be heading back into town, and then depending on if the weather holds or not, because it is supposed to rain a little bit as well, we will be potentially heading to a National Trust property later on today. We found the amusement arcade here on the front, and we're doing our favourite game of how quickly can we waste a load of 2p's in a machine. So we've now done our gambling for the day. We've had a very successful time, and after an investment of £2.50 we have quite a lot of sweets and 2 key rings, so we're very happy. After a very successful trip to the antique centre in the town we're just at, Cromer, I now have a lovely picture of an aircraft carrier from World War II, and we've driven up to somewhere called Felbrigg Hall, National Trust property here, and just on the way in we have some cows in the mist. So we're now in the grounds of Felbrigg Hall, and it looks like a very interesting National Trust property. It's got a walled garden, got the house, So we'll be going there first, and then we'll see if we want to do a walk around anywhere else. So here we are at the entrance of Felbrigg Hall. It's quite a popular day today, a lot of people out and about, and it looks like we'll be going in. Juliet's queuing up. Apparently it's not somewhere you can just walk in, but we should be there soon enough. We're in the hall, and it is a really nice hall. It's not got too much history beyond wealthy person owned it, had no children and gave it to the National Trust in the 60s. But the chap who lived here did amass a very nice art collection. It's all very nicely decorated. And as normal, Juliet and I just having a nice wander around and having a look at what there is to see. So we're nearly done here, but we've just come to the walled garden before we leave, and as with everything here, very pleasant. And one of the main things here is they have this dove house, and you can actually see the doves on top of it. And it all looks very nice. So that's it for us here. Not sure what else we're going to be doing today, but if we do anything interesting, we'll do another video. We are back at the house for the evening, and today's fun activity is choosing which sparkling white alcoholic beverage is which. So we have champagne, non-alcoholic white wine, Asti and a few other options, and you've got to decide which one is which. The problem is they all taste exactly the same as far as I'm concerned, so it's all going to be a bit tricky for me. I am out and about on my own today, and I'm at the Muckleburgh Military Collection, which is a museum here just along from Clay next to sea, which has a lot of old military vehicles and history of military activities in this part of the world. And it is an excellent collection, as the literature says, one of the finest private collections in the country. And we've got absolutely tons of vehicles all over the place. So I'm spending the time having a nice look around. Juliet is not with me. She did not want to come, unsurprisingly. So she's doing her own thing today. And I will do some more videos when we find some more interesting things to have a look at.
It's a new day and I've been let loose on my own. George isn't out and about today. We've driven up the coast to Wells next to the sea. We're on this rather nice walk through the forest to a Lookout Discovery Centre. So I'll get back to you when there's some more content.
And here we are in the heavy tank exhibition hall, which actually has a lot of light tanks in it as well. But we have the main stars of the show, which are the Centurion and the Chieftain tanks in front of us, which we saw earlier this week at Duxford as well. and looking very nice here. One of the main benefits of this museum is you can get right up close and personal because it's a smaller museum. They're not quite so bothered with you going and wandering around. But it's nice to be able to just have a nice quiet look around all the vehicles they have on show.
We are now at a visitor centre. Obviously lots of bird viewing and there's some cows out there as well. We're just here for some hot drinks and we're going to crack on back to the beach. So this is where we were. Obviously now the sun is out. This is the lookout, cafe, toilets, bird lookout. Next stop is the beach.
We are now further into the museum and we've just gone through the model section, which is very nice. I do like a nice model of a tank. And now we're in the light tanks exhibition hall, which also seems to have quite a big mixture of light and heavy tanks, especially this T55, which is definitely what I would call a heavy tank. So I think maybe their exhibition halls are not named correctly.
We are now just a bit further from the lookout centre. Just walked along this little boardwalk. We've now got a nice view out through some wetland onto the beach. I'm not sure we're going to go down there, not necessarily got the right shoes on. We have got a baby with us again, but nevertheless, nice view, nice lookout to drink our hot chocolates.
So I've now left the museum, and apart from the wind, which you might be able to hear on the camera, the weather has improved dramatically. So on my run back to where we're staying, hopefully I won't get too wet, but just give a bit of history of this place. This used to be a military base in World War II, and it was abandoned but then taken over by the owner of the military collection, Mr. Muckleburgh, I presume, and he amassed this collection over the last 40 years or so. And a very impressive collection it was. Very nice.
We are back at the car park in Wales next to the sea. This is the beach nearest the town centre. Obviously there's a stream there coming up from the sea. Down this nice little boardwalk, there's some beach huts and people generally are trying to enjoy summer in England in May. Now that's it for us. We're going to go and get some lunch and we'll see if it's worth filming or not.
So here we have a V1 flying bomb. Saw one of them at Duxford as well. And here we have the Harrier. And I do always really like seeing a Harrier. So there we go, that's it for my trip to the museum. I'll now be running back.
We are now back in the town of Wells next to the sea. We've had some fish and chip lunch, which is quite a pleasant little town. Horse statue in the stand there. There's an old barn building back there. Because they used to raise things into boats. Very pleasant little town to come for a few hours. They've got bakeries, fish and chip shops, amusements, things like that.
I'm around half a kilometre from the museum, running through the countryside. I've just gone over Muckleburgh Hill, and hopefully if I continue along this path I'll get to the coast quite soon. I've now reached the sea after only a couple of wrong turnings, and I'm having a very energetic run along the top of this gravel bank with the sea out to the side and the countryside on the other. After my run, Juliet and I have now driven along the coast to somewhere called Morston. The weather is still holding. It's supposed to be raining very heavily right now, but as you can see, it's actually very pleasant. Although there is a very dark cloud over there. It's not over us, so we'll count ourselves lucky. And we are here quite near somewhere called Blakeney Point, which is sort of in the distance, which is lit up by the sun. And over there is one of the largest seal colonies in the UK, or the largest I should say. and unfortunately we can't get over to there. It's sort of blocked off because they don't want people going harassing any of the seals, but it is over there. And if I was a bit braver I'd fly my drone over, but I'm not. So we're going to be just having a little bit more of a wander around, and then we're going to be heading back the way we came and going to visit some of the other towns in the area. We are now back in Clay next to the sea, and when we were looking around some of the other places, we learned that actually all the marshland you see in front of us used to be actually the sea. So when this town was originally put here, it was actually next to the sea, but apparently some geoengineering from the 17th, 18th century, and they managed to silt up the entire area. Bit unfortunate for them, but interesting nonetheless. So we're just having a look behind where we're staying, and we're staying in this building in front of us there. And we're just having a look at this windmill, which is a fairly famous windmill, and you'll see it on lots of the postcards from the area. And there we go, a very nice windmill.